Welcome to Lives of Light, little saints. Today we celebrate Saint Junípero Serra, whose feast day is July 1st. He traveled thousands of miles, even with an injured leg, because he wanted everyone to know the love of Jesus. Let's discover the inspiring story of this courageous missionary. Story: the missionary who walked for Jesus. Long ago, on the beautiful island of Majorca, Spain, there lived a young boy named Miguel José Serra. From the time he was little, Miguel loved going to church with his family. He listened carefully to the stories of Jesus and dreamed of serving God one day. As he grew older, Miguel joined the Franciscan order. When he became a friar, he chose a new name, Junípero, after one of the joyful companions of Saint Francis of Assisi. Brother Junípero was an excellent student and a gifted teacher. Many people admired his knowledge, and he could have spent his whole life teaching at a university. But deep in his heart, he believed God was calling him to something more. He wanted to tell people about Jesus who had never heard the gospel. So, at the age of 36, he left his family, his homeland, and everything familiar. He boarded a ship and sailed across the Atlantic Ocean to the New World. The voyage was long and dangerous. Storms tossed the ship. Food was limited. Many passengers became sick. Still, Junípero prayed every day and trusted that God would guide him. When he arrived in Mexico, he began traveling from village to village, teaching people about Jesus. He learned new languages so he could speak with the people more easily. He celebrated Mass, baptized new Christians, cared for the sick, and helped build churches. Years later, Junípero was asked to travel even farther north to a place called Alta California. The journey was difficult. The roads were rough, and there were no cars or trains. Most of the trip had to be made on foot. During one journey, Junípero injured his leg. The wound became painful and remained with him for the rest of his life. A friend said, "Father Junípero, you should rest." But Junípero smiled and replied, "If the Lord gives me strength for one more step, then I will take one more step." Even though walking was painful, he continued his mission. One by one, he founded missions where people could pray, learn about Jesus, and receive education. The missions also taught farming, building, music, and useful skills. Junípero cared deeply for the native peoples he served. He defended them when they were treated unfairly and asked government leaders to protect their rights and dignity. Although life on the frontier was often difficult, Junípero never stopped trusting God. By the end of his life, he had helped establish 9 missions along the California coast. Many of those missions later grew into cities that still exist today. When Saint Junípero Serra died in 1784, the people who knew him remembered his joyful smile, his tireless spirit, and his great love for God. The church later declared him a saint because he had spent his entire life bringing others closer to Christ. Today, Saint Junípero reminds us that following Jesus sometimes means leaving our comfort behind. It means serving others with love, even when the journey is long or difficult. And it reminds us that every small step taken for God can make a lasting difference. Reflection: Saint Junípero Serra teaches us to keep going, even when something is difficult. Ask yourself, do I keep trying when something is hard? Can I share God's love with kindness? Do I thank God for giving me strength each day? God can use even our smallest efforts to do great things. Prayer. Dear Saint Junípero Serra, you traveled far to share the good news of Jesus. Help me to be brave, to trust God wherever He leads me, and to serve others with kindness and joy. When life becomes difficult, give me the courage to keep following Jesus, one step at a time. Amen. Remember, little saints, like Saint Junípero Serra, every step you take with Jesus can help bring his love to others. Trust God, be kind, and never give up. See you next time on Lives of Light.